All right, so one of the first things you're going to want to do when you start off your competitive research is first you need to just determine where do you actually sit within the marketplace. And really to do that, you first need to make a decision, okay, what am I looking at here? Am I looking at the entire overall domain? Do I want to look at a particular subdomain? Do I want to look at a particular directory? Because who you're competing with can change quite a bit based on what part of the website that you're actually focused on. So you can see here on my screen, this is just going to be in our tool search metrics. Really, I think to do any sort of competitive research, you're going to be needing to use some sort of SEO tool. So I'll just show you how it would look within the search metrics suite. But you can see here I have a couple different options. So I have the actual domain. I'm going to use a university, so Southern New Hampshire University. I'll use that as an example for today. So you can see I have that plugged in up top here, but you can also look at subdomains. You can see within their subdomains, they just have different visibility scores within that. You can look at directories as well. This is the visibility score for the directory. And if you've watched any of my past videos, I did one on traffic loss a few months back. But visibility is basically the likelihood you are to receive organic traffic through Google specifically. So this is basically just walking you through a trend line of the last couple of years of how likely it is you are to receive traffic. So you can see this is a specific directory for their online degrees. This has a little bit different graph and trajectory than when we're just looking at the overall domain. So first, just spend some time trying to figure out what part of the website that you actually want to focus on, because this really will impact the results. The next thing you're going to want to do is start to determine, who is actually in the marketplace, who am I competing with? And so what you can do, I don't know exactly how a lot of other tools do it. Our tool kind of looks at it based on how many shared keywords you're competing with against a competitor, and also how relevant those keywords are. So it actually automatically just pops up a number of different competitors on this list. So you can start to see, so we could just click on purdueglobal.edu. We're just looking at things like, okay, are we outperforming them or are we not outperforming them? And who's on this list really? Are there any spots where maybe one company took a dive and we really increased in overall visibility, or maybe vice versa, right? So you want to play around this a little bit and just get a sense for, who's out there. So we have bestcolleges.com, right? So it looks like they're a little bit higher than SNHU. You can look at, here's another university, so we have ashford.edu. So this is just kind of getting a sense for how's our overall visibility looking, who's close to us, who's further away, is anybody trending up, is anybody trending down, and just kind of start to get the lay of the land for that market. What you'll want to do actually in this case is you want to look at how many shared keywords companies have with you to determine are they really competitors, because what you'll actually find is there can be times where you're competing with somebody that's really not a direct competitor, in your space, but you are competing for that landscape within Google. So Google determines that they are a competitor. So what you can do in our suite here is you can see these are really kind of the top 10 competitors that SNHU is focused on. And so you can see here that actually there's only, one, two actual universities in this top 10. Really, they're competing with things like bestcolleges.com, like review sites and things along those lines. So it's really important to get an understanding of who specifically you are competing with and then how close of a competitor they actually are.